Hello, everybody. Should be live right now. I'm just gonna check to make sure. Telling you right in advance, first thing, I have a bit of a weird internet day. My connection is being really weird today. Kind of on and off type of thing. If it becomes unbearable, let me know. And I might just like cut or try to switch a server. I think I went with what's best right now, but if it's getting unbearable, just let me know. So, hey everybody, it's great to see you guys. It's great to be back. Most of my rough week is gone. I'm pretty exhausted, but I'm glad I got video games to, recharge that battery. So, where were we? Last stream we started a new case. It was actually where the focus was actually Kay Faraday. You might remember that she apparently was pushed from a very tall building, the Grand Tower, the 50th floor of the Grand Tower. Somehow she survived, but she came out heavily battered and with some form of amnesia. She doesn't remember who she is, and she doesn't act like herself, and she barely remembers anything about the incident. As we were inspecting the area where she fell from, we heard that there was a murder victim one floor below in the PIC meeting room of all places. And we just ended the stream when we received access to investigating the room and specifically the body. So, that's Kay. That's her new look. We already looked around. We got the puddle of blood here, which is not where the body is, oddly enough. Oh, wait. Never noticed that I can also inspect this throne from behind. So. Oh, we did this. Never mind. Yeah, okay. He's just talking about the semicircle here. Okay, so, well, I already see a candlestick down here. There's probably something with the body as well. No, not this. God damn it. Okay, fine. So, the body. This body. Hey, Palma, how you doing, buddy? Heard you have a long weekend, man. I fucking envy you right now. Lucky bastard. Hope you're putting it to good use, my man. This body. It's not Kay, sir. It doesn't look like her at all. Oh yeah, apparently someone said that the victim's name is Kay. But apparently, unless it's a free coincidence and they both have the same first name, our K is safe, and this other K is very much dead. Favorite operators are Smoke Mirror for defense and Sledge Blitz for offense. Yeah, not surprising. So you pick Blitz a lot, which is cool, but like I said, I kind of got bummed with, the bullets just flying through the shields. So that kind of got me annoyed. Mira is one of the... Or her special is shit? No, actually her special is really useful. If you know how to use her right, her special is really useful. I've seen some shit, Maury. You wish it was. Of course it isn't. Kay's alive, after all. Her age is... I'd guess around 30. And she's wearing a pantsuit. Yeah, this is a pretty odd look. Maybe she worked in one of the offices in this building. She does have a key card. Oh, I think they said that you need a key card, a special key card to get into this room, so that's probably the one. So, her identity is still unknown. No, you're right, Palma. I just noticed, you're right. It's not refreshing it hasn't been for a while. Let me try and see why that is. Okay, there we go. For some reason it got... I guess I made a mistake earlier. There we go. It just was... Like, it wasn't scrolled all the way down or something, so it got stuck. My bad. Thanks for letting me know, Palma. Also, how you doing, Maury, buddy? Hope you're having a good week, too. The question now becomes... Why did the police believe her name was Kay? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay, well, first of all, there's this candlestick, which kind of seems like they stabbed her with? I thought those were bullet wounds at first, but now that I'm looking at it, looks like she might have been stabbed with it.
Could this be the murder weapon, sir?
A three-pronged candelabra. It's consistent with the number of stab wounds. She was probably stabbed by the prongs of the candelabra.
Candy zebra?
I'm afraid that's not quite what you're imagining, Detective. A candelabra is a candlestick holder with multiple arms. I thought that's a chandelier. No, a chandelier is the thing that you, like, hang from the top of the room, right? Okay, so candelabra.
Ah, so it's a candle holder. You know, one time I forgot to pay my electric bill, and I had to get by only with candles.
But what time period are you from? From the age of capitalism, obviously. Candelabra data jotted down. Thought to be the murder weapon, matches the victim's chest wounds. Okay, so we have like one big piece of evidence, which is important. Let me check this out. There's actually a lot of stuff I want to inspect here. There's a burn mark on her hand. Oh, we didn't even notice that.
Is it connected to the cause of death?
Actually, it might be. No, it appears to be an old scar. She probably got it a long time ago. It seems there is something in her hand. Detective, could you open her hand for me?
Yes, sir. Understood. This is... Oh, I know. This must be a gift card from the department store. Yeah!
It seems to be eine key card.
Oh, why?
The question is, what was this key card for? Piece of logic. Gonna have to review everything we got later. Actually, why not right now? Security, to enter a special key card needs it. Oh, and she's got a key card. Look at that. But we'll do the logic at the end to see if there are any more pieces that we might be able to use. Okay, what are these plans over here? Or a map or something?
This notebook. Huh? Isn't that Kay's promise notebook? This is the notebook she wrote all her promises to her father in. It really takes me back, sir.
Right, I remember that. It's like from when she was a kid. It was featured in the previous game. In the case where we solved the mystery of her father's death, I think. Yes. Didn't we get a note? Specifically, well, not... Your most precious memory. This has to be it. Jill. So I'm guessing the victim is Jill, whoever that is. Yes. Promise this to Daddy. Promise 1, never take things from a stranger. Promise 2, never go anywhere with a stranger. When Kay was young, she and her father wrote the promises they made in this notebook. Palma, you actually gave someone an uppercut in real life? I mean, I've sort of been in fights, sorta. But I've never had the chance, like, an uppercut is definitely not a move I would go to when fighting someone in real life. It seems too predictable. That's pretty badass, though, if you did it. Oh, what's that? Promise 3, always greet people with a smile, even people who don't know. Promise 4, never cry in front of strangers. Promise 5, always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. However, why is it in a place like this?
Oh, now that you mention it, I once heard something from Detective Bad a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that you've been in fights before, but didn't know about the boxing. And still, like, an uppercut seems like a move that you wouldn't usually go for, but if you've had training, then yeah, that totally makes sense. Fucking badass, Palma. More power to you. Well, I hope that the other person deserved it, at least.
It seems that before anyone had noticed, Kay's memento had gone missing.
What? So a piece of evidence that was in police custody went missing?
Detective Bat frantically searched all over for it, but it seems he never found it.
If they don't have their jack sticked out to the chest, the backlash would make them lose balance at worst. A jumping punch. Do you do any of those, Palma? That would be even more badass. Oh, Muay Thai. Or Tekken. Isn't Tekken a legit fighting technique, though? Or, you know, generally just, like, do whatever you do in whatever you've seen in video games that usually works out for the best. Actually, a friend, well, not really a friend, but, like, a person I was in the army with once showed me his special combat technique. And it's basically, like, jumping on one leg while you're kicking away with the other. And kind of... and, you know, lunging with... Not lunging, but, like, pulling your arms forward. So... the person is mostly just, like, you know, confused about what you're doing. And they're not sure if, like, to defend from above or below. And it looks really weird and retarded, but to be honest, every time I've done some of them were just, like, so dumbfounded, they didn't even know what to do. It's a joke, of course, but in joke, like, you know, in joke fights, it's still pretty useful. If he needs to become too exposed. Yeah, that's why it should be, like, a finishing move, right? When the opponent is dazed. Killing someone since you're putting all your weight and strength into your arm. I don't think that's really the case, unless you're, like, really good at jumping start and lunge forward hard. Counterattack would probably throw you to the floor, so it's not even that common in Thai or MMA. Sounds about right. Hit them on the side of the head, you'd expect some brain damage. Interesting. Actually, I don't know. I do not know enough about fighting or about physics to figure that, or medicine. Don't need to jump to do that. The thing about those hits is to go top and bottom. But in general, I think, Mori, that you're supposed to, like, put, like, your weight into the fist. That's why you're supposed to do, like, you know, this movement with, like, your body and your ankle to kind of, like, turn in place while you're punching someone. So I think that in any case, you're supposed to, like, put your body weight, or just, like, you know, forward momentum into the punch. You don't need to jump to do that. The thing about those hits go from top to bottom. That's quite aggro for your bones and muscle. Yeah, sounds about right. Damn, I didn't know Palma is our resident badass, as long as our resident poet. It's actually quite fitting? I don't know, quite poetic, I guess is the word. In the shoulders, yeah. Always learn you're supposed to punch by moving your shoulders mostly. That's how you add the most work. Well, as far as I know, Mori, it's like basically you're supposed to do even more than that. Like you're throwing more of your strength into the punch by moving your entire body. Oh, you're behind on stream. Never mind. Then I probably already said what I was about to say.
What could this mean? Why was the missing notebook found here? You there? Do you happen to know anything about this notebook?
The victim was carrying this notebook when we found her. That was the only evidence we had to identify the body.
So that's why you called her Kay.
What a misleading victim, huh? Why did she have Kay's notebook?
I sure would like to have some information on the victim's identity, though.
You could probably find a basic YouTube tutorial for, like, you know, throwing a good punch. I'm assuming, or maybe like a diagram or something on Google Images. Okay, so that's that. I want to... Oh, wait! Isn't that a corsage like the one we got? Yeah. Okay. This is getting more and more interesting.
Something seems to be pinned to her jacket. It's made out of purple cloth.
It looks like it's been forcibly torn off, doesn't it?
Okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to deduce that, but after, like, checking everything else.
There's some blood on her head.
Maybe she was hit with something.
We don't know that for sure. Our investigation will ultimately clear that up.
Okay, blood in her hand, too.
The left side of the white jacket has been stained a deep red. This jacket, the buttons are on the right side.
What does that mean? That it's for a left-handed person or something?
Isn't that normal, sir? All of my clothes have the buttons on the right side.
For women, it is normal for them. It is normal to have them on the left side.
Why's that? I never knew that. Wonder if that's true.
Mr. Edgeworth, you really do know everything.
That's just common knowledge. It doesn't seem to be anything out of place.
There's something white in her pocket.
Yeah, those are gloves, aren't they? I wonder why she wasn't wearing them.
They're gloves. Pure white ones. One for each hand, sir.
They don't seem to be dirty. Could they be the victims?
I wonder. Okay, I think that's everything. We've even acknowledged the gloves, which seemed out of place for me. So yeah, this thing is definitely connected to one of our, piece of any of the evidence I hold. The purple flower, the little corsage.
Eureka! The purple flower Kay had with her. I wonder if that originally belonged to the victim.
So Kay's gonna be the main suspect here, I can tell.
Now that you mention it, the cloth does look the same as the one on the pin.
Yes, let's compare them without delay.
It's a perfect match, sir. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth.
Purple flower data are updated in my organizer. Okay.
The fact that this flower belongs to the victim means... That can only mean that Kay Faraday came in contact with the victim. What about that corsage? It looked like it was forcibly ripped off. There is a possibility that Kay Faraday is connected to this case. And, depending on the situation, we may have to consider her as a suspect.
What is that you say? There's no way she did it. It's unthinkable. Kay would never do that, sir.
However, it's true we have no evidence to deny that claim.
I wonder if Justine is going to be in this case too, since we have Francisca. They're a bit of the same character type, you know?
It's nothing more than a possibility at the moment. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth? Indeed. For better or for worse.
Okay. So we have the new info, and I think, well, we got the piece of logic that we gotta try and use now. That's probably gonna end the investigation, I'm guessing. So, she had a key card, and to enter the meeting room, we need a special key card. So I'm guessing...
Perhaps the key card the victim was holding is for this room.
I'll go find out, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, from this room's security system, we were able to retrieve the data of the victim's card.
So that means the victim was able to freely enter this room.
But did she steal the card, or did it actually belong to her? What's the name associated with it, if there is one?
If the cards belong to the victim, of course. Yes, of course.
Was in the victim's possession. Okay. That's a new piece of evidence. Oh shit, there's still more. Huh. Maybe, I don't know, talk to Francisca, talk to the old lady? I'm not sure right now. Maybe ask partner Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Notice anything?
Prosecutor Von Calmer just got here, and she's already hit me with her whip. Even if I stand further back, she always seems to hit me before I can get out of the way.
No, it's worse than that. At times, it feels like she'll even chase you down if you manage to avoid her attacks.
Ah, yeah, that feeling of despair. I know it all too well, sir. I won't lose to you in terms of how many times she's hit me with her whip, Mr. Edgeworth.
That's not something to boast about.
Oh yeah, Francisca. She's definitely back. Okay, that was absolutely useless. So thanks for nothing, Gumshoe. Maybe it was a hint to talk to Francisca though.
Yeah, what is it? A murder case at the PIC meeting room. Since you asked to cooperate in the investigation, I do hope you will be able to produce results. Naturally. Why do you think I'm here? Well, now that you mention it, why are you here, exactly? That's right. She still doesn't know about my PIC hearing today.
The circumstances behind it are deeper than the sea, sir. Allow me to explain on Mr. Edgeworth's behalf. Youch!
Miles Edgeworth, I do not care about your circumstances. All that matters now is reaching the truth in this case. Am I wrong? Indeed, there is some truth in what you say.
If you ask me, I don't think that's totally right. Youch!
I'll say this. Whipping someone is easier than being worried.
But being on the receiving end of the whip isn't easy at all. Youch!
Okay, let's move on then.
Francisca, why are you here when you are supposed to be working with Interpol? Curious, are you? But it is confidential. I have no obligation to tell you. Her response was as I expected. More importantly, shouldn't there be a prosecutor in charge of this murder case? I don't know who it is, but I was hoping it wouldn't be someone completely useless. They're not even here yet. They're late! Just was is that fool doing?
Is this game becoming more and more European? Not necessarily. I think it's just following a line from the previous game, where we did a case in conjunction with Interpol, since it had to do with like the overarching story of the first game, of the Miles Edgeworth game, was that we were trying to catch, like it revolved around an international smuggling ring. So at some point we started working with Interpol on that because they were also investigating that. So it's just, oh, the Japanese imagine Europe. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like Francisca, she's not specifically German, I just make her like that. And she is working with Interpol, but like I said, that's just following up on where we left off from the first game. Well, I don't know, well, Palm, to be fair, I don't know if Schwarzenegger is really in shape right now. I mean, I think they're done with all those indispensable or indestructible, whatever movies. The Dependables, I don't remember, something like that. People for SSH, one after the other. Who do you pick and why? Gary, Gary, and Gary. Also Gary. Wow, you must really hate the guy, huh? To To be fair, from what I know, Gary is pretty fat and unfit, as far as I know. So yeah, if you have, you know, boxing background, you should easily take him. I think. I think it would easily take a lot of people in here, actually, with your background and experience.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with it, sir.
I wouldn't think it's very commendable to just whip people at random. I swing, therefore I whip! That is my personality.
Oh, sorry. Not personality. My bad.
Philosophy. I will whip anyone who slacks off in their work. To the yet unseen prosecutor in charge, I hereby offer you my sympathies in advance.
As if it's not going to be the best. Okay, nothing really helpful so far.
Judging from your exchange just now, I take it you've met Dr. Young before? How astute, Miles Edgeworth. That is right. She is an acquaintance of mine. Back then, it's a long story.
Don is Dutch? I thought he was American.
It seems she doesn't intend to tell me anymore. Shall I leave it at that then?
So, what happened back then? Please tell me all about it, sir. Yo!
A foolish fool shamelessly prying into other people's business. Watch what you say, Scuffy.
Oh, cruel! Whipping me out of the blue. With great whip comes great responsibility, sir.
One good whip deserves another. The Scuffy fool gets the whip. Try harders, worthless whip bait.
Whip bait, wow, that's...
Yeah!
It appears that I was right to leave it at that.
Okay, so yeah, nothing out of her. Fortunately, maybe the doctor will give us more info.
You sonnies want something? Is what she says.
Purity even learned some Krav Maga. Oh yeah, I did, but to be honest, I don't really remember any of it. It was just like the most basic Krav Maga, and honestly, like the most important part I learned from it was just like the attitude. That probably would be able to break 7 bones in 1 grab. Nah. I never learned anything like that. Like I learned the very basics of Krav Maga, and like I said, it was like the most important stuff that they gave us was really the philosophy behind it. Oh, hey Moose. Good to see you, man. You're in blowjob classes? I'm not sure. Me and Mori think alike. So yeah, like I said, Palmet, it was more about the philosophy. And I remember that what they said is that if you're ever like, you know, get threatened or attacked or mugged or anything, like just don't hold back. You gotta like go absolutely fucking insanely berserk at someone. And it doesn't matter like what weapon they have and what weapon you have or anything like that. It's just like your attitude. And if you just and most of the times you'll just like intimidate them so much they'll just back off and go away. It's not gay if you don't look the other guy's eyes? Really? I thought it was gay only if you... I thought it was gay if you don't... Like, that it's not gay if you look at someone's eyes, that you really need, like, to look deep into their eyes. As you're giving them a blowjob job. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's really cool. So we should definitely have a battle of the champions. Moose versus Palma. Boxing versus Jiu-Jitsu. That would be pretty cool. Little guy trying to finger white guy's butt. Okay. I can't see that. I see it in chat, but It's very weird. Oh shit, Moose bringing on the heat.
Miss Jensen, could you tell me about your relationship with Dr. Young?
Moose would beat you? Aw. What did I just say, so Palma? If you just like run, I think that if you just run and move, going absolutely berserk, you might like get the advantage that way. Even if he's ripped. Like you need to scare him. That's the idea. Basically like Batman. Even though Batman is really fit and ripped too, but you know, it's psychological. If you like go around hanging from you know, support beams on the top of the building you're meeting and laying traps and, you know, blowing light bulbs and shit like that, you might get some real terror into him. Every time a boxer tries to get into MMA, I'm like, yeah, I'm a boxer and I hit really hard. Those huge huggers won't even touch me. Then he gets to the octagon with some random dude from Brazil, manages to take the combat to the ground again. Yeah, I heard about that. Who was that guy though who went? There was a battle long Floyd. Wasn't it Mayweather? Who ended up winning, even though he was a boxer. Oh, it was a boxing match though, wasn't it? Not an MMA match. So yeah, that actually makes more sense. Never mind what I said.
Yes. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always been together with Granny. Whenever I got lost, she would search for me until it got dark. And whenever I fell down, she would watch over me until I could get up on my own.
What a charming story. She sounds like quite the grandmother's child.
And after I became a nurse, whenever I'm about to make a mistake with my injections, "Not there, there," she'd say, as she'd grab the needle and ouch!
You're making that many mistakes with your injections?
Ouch! Just hearing it hurts, pal. Please keep those stories to yourself.
Is the MMA fights lasting 5 minutes? I honestly don't watch like enough MMA or boxing to have enough info on that. I read a couple of you know, analyses on the fight, but like I can't really tell.
Anyways, as long as I have Granny by my side, there's no nursing I can't do.
I see. I fully understand. Thank you for your cooperation. Regardless of a charming story, they do seem to share a very close-knit bond.
It's starting to feel like I'm not gonna get... Oh, maybe the autopsy. It's starting to feel like I'm not gonna get any valuable information from them either, so maybe I should just like inspect more. Or investigate more.
Dr. Young, you sure are a masterful coroner, pal. You work with such blinding speed, and you make no wasted movements.
What do you sonnies know about autopsies? You don't know the first thing about my work.
Allow me to apologize for his rudeness. I'll be sure to reprimand him later.
Listen up, youngin'. It is my duty to perform the autopsy quickly and accurately. That's why I have no patience with those who get in the way of my work. As what she says. Are you satisfied?
Yes, very much so. We only wish to investigate. We have no desire to get in your way. It looks like Dr. Young's stubbornness comes from her devotion to her work.
Just out of curiosity, Moose, what's your state's gun policy like? Says you're taking self-defense. I definitely think that even if you own a gun, you should know like how to defend yourself without it. 100%. Just wondering.
It looks like Dr. Young's stubbornness comes from her devotion to her work.
The Young Hospital is a splendid hospital, and Granny is in charge of it. Well, how about it? Would you like to be admitted and experience it for yourself? That's right. Right now, there's an opening in our hospital suite with the outdoor spa.
We are in good health. There's obviously no need for us to be hospitalized.
That's right. We're perfectly healthy, pal. That's our sole redeeming feature.
Sole redeeming feature. Only 21 plus can own handguns, and there's crazy permit fees to carry, then separate fees for conceal. I see. Yeah, I never actually think about the permit fees. Ripoff Pancratio. I never heard of Pancratio or Pancratio or whatever. But aren't like, I don't know, at least half of all martial arts, like, you know, not ripoffs, but like a certain technique that evolved from like another technique or from a merger of several different techniques? I'm pretty sure that at least in like, you know, the Asian martial arts, there's a lot of that. Like just, you know, some master who studied under the other master developed his own technique, and that's now a martial art, and so on and so forth. Also, we do have K that could be admitted.
Just what does he mean by that?
Well, you see, the Young Hospital also accepts healthy patients. We're currently in the middle of our Full of Life, Healthy Hospital Stays campaign.
Actually, I would totally do that. A hospital that's also a spa? That's pretty fucking genius. Like, you know, take care, like get sick people healthy and keep the healthy people healthy. Oh, it's the Greek grappling combat. Yeah, it does sound a bit Greek when you mention it, really.
Those without injury or illness can stay in our hospital for half the price.
That's what I'm planning on moving back to Vermont. Home state has constitutional carry, which is also called permitless carry. I'm not sure what that means. If it has the Constitution in their name, that I assume it would actually allow you to carry more guns. But I'm really like not familiar with the details. Oh, permitless. Oh, I see. So yeah, can more easily carry guns. Can buy a long arm or handgun and carry it at 18. Damn. Concealed or open. Wow. And you don't need a permit. God damn, that is kind of scary. So if someone tries to pull a punch, you pull a 9mm on him? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could. That's the thing about guns. They work well from up close as much as they do from far away. That's like one of their benefits. Or, you know, positive attributes.
This is the chance of a lifetime. So what do you say? Hospital stay, hospital stay.
Oh, low gun violence. Huh. Okay, well that's good.
You know, an outdoor spa at half price does sound like a good deal. Don't fall for it.
Okay, so yeah, no helpful information at all. So what else could we have? I mean, maybe I should have inspected like the actual holes.
There doesn't seem to be anything in this pocket.
Oh, there's a pocket there? Can't even tell.
This pocket has holes in it, sir.
Judging by how the cloth was pierced, she must have been stabbed by some sharp object.
All your coins would fall out of those holes, sir.
Detective, haven't you ever heard of a wallet?
Well, of course I have, sir. I just use my pockets, though. Most people do, right?
Never mind.
Okay, so that's what I was missing. I thought that since I already inspected the candle bra, that was enough. So, the victim's identity remains unknown.
Should you really still be calling me Kay?
Of course! What are you saying, pal?
Thank you. But then, what about that woman?
She is someone who you may have killed. That is all we know.
There's no way that's true! Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
I also do not believe you killed her. You're such a naive man, Miles Edgeworth.
Here I come to save the day! Is that Mighty Mouse? That voice. Who is that?
Here I come to save the day. So don't be afraid anymore. For the best prosecutor is here today.
Oh god.
Pardon the interruption. Mr. Edgeworth, get away from the victim. I've inherited her dying wish. No one asked for you.
Did you know the victim?
Just as I thought. The goddess of law will surely reveal the truth to us. So please, rest in peace. That's right, Justine. Now that I'm here, everything will be A-okay. The culprit will rue the day he crossed paths with— Yeah!
Miles Edgeworth! Who is this fool of a mensch?
Exactly what I was thinking, Palma. Exactly what I was thinking.
But why is she glaring at me?
You are Francisco von Karma. Am I correct? I apologize for my late introduction. I am Justine Courtney. And the deceased individual is Attorney Jill Crane, one of the members of the Prosecutorial Investigation Committee.
Jill Crane. First of all, I'm not sure what that pun is supposed to be, but yeah, it's confirmed that she's the one who wrote Kay the note.
I see. So that's why she had the key card. I take it you're in charge of this case?
Oh, he's got a new... Oh, no, he always had that.
That's right. And with me in charge, this case is as good as self. Yow!
That reminds me, I haven't caught your name yet.
If you just wanted to know my name, you didn't have to. Yow!
Just state your name. I will not tolerate any unnecessary remarks.
Sebastian the Best.
It seems the pecking order has been decided.
Mr. Sebastian the Best? Here, this is from Granny.
To be honest, I almost never tip. Only when like people pressure me into doing it, because I'm really against it, generally. Like, it's a really dumb way. First of all, it has math in it, and I hate math, as you all know. And, like, just starting to calculate percentages and shit like that. And, I don't know, like, it's absolutely fucking bullshit. Like, I remember... First of all, I think that, like, if you charge something, just, like, say the fucking price. I don't need to, like, add a certain amount for just that. Second of all, like, it's not because of that, but I think that the, you know, opening scene of Reservoir Dogs does a pretty good way of explaining it eloquently, even though I was thinking that even before I saw the movie. And third of all, like, I remember the days when I was washing dishes in, you know, coffee shops and restaurants and shit, and I didn't get any tips. Well, actually, the one place I did work at, did give tips. But, like, most places don't give tips to, like, the dishwashers, which is bullshit. So, yeah, I don't know. And, like, why does the server deserve the tip more than, I don't know, the chef or the dishwasher or anyone else? Like, just pay people their fucking salaries. And I don't know, it should either be regulated or people should, like, unionize or anything. But this, the way it is right now, it's just bullshit, I think. But I know I'm in the minority about that. Pay for my GF and then we'd all tip separate. I tip 20% of my cut. Wow, dude. You're very fucking generous. Whatever my friend's tip is up to them. Well, unless you don't, like, you know, shame them into tipping.
Wow. It seems you've been bested, Mr. Edgeworth.
This wasn't a competition to begin with.
My job is done. May we meet again in front of another corpse? Okay, let's go home quickly and eat some noodles. I'll be leaving too. Take care, everyone.
An SSH restaurant? Really? Actually, we do have a lot of, like, you know, foodies in here. Weru and Super Drops and Sunken Duncan and maybe Wash? And I don't know, like a bunch of people are into that. A Nono to work at the cash register. I vote for a Nono to be like the owner, but not the manager. Like, I just own the place and I take a percentage, but I don't actually have to do anything. Oh, right, yeah, he microwaved the steak or something. I do the same thing, by the way, but I just, like, I straight up say I don't give a shit about food. Like, I don't enjoy food like a lot of other people do. But yeah, you're right. I forgot the microwaved steak incident.
The victim's head wound was post-mortem. Sebastian. And the candle brought dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. Smash. What is it, Justine?
You'd be in charge of making the Italian food, not Snore? Maybe Snore can be just in charge of pizzas, and you can do spaghetti. Moose and Palma could be the bouncers. I do agree with you to a point. Tipping shouldn't be a thing because restaurants should just pay. Yeah, exactly. As long as we do that, like, people should just unionize. But until that changes, I'll do what I can. Yeah, but, like, I get what you're saying, valid point. But in my opinion, that kind of stuff, like, you know, you're just, like, helping the problem. You're just, like, keeping the status quo as it is. And the thing is that, like, the servers shouldn't, like, take their frustration and anger out on the customers. They should take it out on their employers. And as long as, like, you know, the status quo keeps going and as it's expected of you as a customer to tip, then, you know, if you don't, then you know, you'll get the backlash and not the employers. So I get what you're saying, but it, like, from my point of view, it's like part of the problem. It's like not helping change the things in the status quo. Okay.
Well, I do appreciate your enthusiasm. Perhaps you should give your tongue a rest.
If you're the owner, you'd probably end up working at the cash register so you make sure no one steals. No, I sit in the back watching the cameras. That's what I do. I sit in the back office, watch the cameras. They're going to be one straight above the cash register so I can make sure. I'll count the money every day, don't worry. And that's it, yeah. That's my idea of a good job. Restaurant isn't gonna care if people don't tip. It's only gonna piss off the waitstaff, and then they get fired. then they get fired and the restaurant hires a new one. I don't think they get fired for that. I mean, yeah, the restaurant isn't going to care. That's true. But that's exactly the problem, that the whole responsibility is on the customer. And the only way to change that is that if, like, servers will, I don't know, unionize somehow and get better wages, like make sure that they get better stuff. The problem is, the real problem, I think, is that, you know, waitressing seems like not a career. It seems like a profession for, you know, old people who can't do anything else, or young people who don't have experience or studying at the same time or something. And really, it should be like, I've heard, I don't really know. Maybe Maury and Palma can like give you more info on that. But I heard that like in Europe, in some places, being a waiter could be a career. Like there are certain fancy places or something that consider waiting like a really important thing, like part of the food experience. So if that kind of mentality develops in other places in the world, then they could definitely unionize. Someone could like pull a career out of being a waiter, and everyone basically like profits from that. There's a union, so people don't get fucked as much anymore, and the customers get a better eating experience. I don't think you understand how low restaurants value wait staff. No, I get that. But that's why it needs to be a big thing. First of all, a union can... Actually, I know that unions are like a really complex thing in the US, so I don't know it as much. Over here, it's a fairly simple thing, and unions aren't as powerful as they are, as I've heard they are in the States. Let's spit in your food, or, you know, pee in your food or shit like that. There's all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I realize that like owners or employers don't want their employees to unionize, obviously. But that's really the only way of like making a change. And I know that it's like the cheapest workforce and all that, but I don't know. It needs to come from like you know, legislator, if that's the right word here, or legislation that guarantees rights to workers and helps them unionize, or I don't know. You should add cameras in the restaurant bathrooms and the changing rooms too. Oh, definitely. Yeah, that goes without saying, Maury. I've worked 3 different places as dishwashers. Never saw anybody fuck with food, but that's my anecdotal evidence. Yeah, oh man, being a dishwasher is hard fucking work, Moose. Good on you for that. By the way, just out of curiosity, again, in the 3 places you worked, did you also get part of the tips? Like, did the wait staff split the tips with the dishwashers, or did they just keep it from themselves? Because honestly, when I was washing dishes, I was feeling like I was working like way harder than the wait staff, even though they were walking around a lot, but still. As younger, I worked as a waiter and as a coffee maker. Oh, a barista. They call that now. Never seen anyone do anything bad or crazy with food or drinks. I don't mind mental shit, to be honest. Oh, menial shit. It's like working out. You do the same thing over and over and over. I don't mind that shit too. But it was... I don't know, it was breaking my back, mostly, because you always stand at an awkward angle above the sink. The chef would always make breakfast and lunch. Oh, well, that's a nice plus. Yeah, that's nice of him. I did summer season 10 years back on the beach. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I've heard cases of, you know, stuff, but I think it's like not if you don't tip. First of all, I don't think that people actually remember who tips and who doesn't, unless they're like a real regular. But I think that people only do that stuff if you're like a huge asshole or something. Expected to do everything, clean up in the back. Yeah, exactly. It's hard work. People don't appreciate that, but it's really, really hard. Okay, I think we should get back to the game then.
You might pull a muscle.
That would be painful indeed. Autopsy report jotted down. Because of the stab wounds, head wound was post-mortem. What does that mean?
Anyways, it's quite clear now. Kay Faraday must be arrested.
What? What's the big idea, pal?
It's just as he says, Detective. The culprit is Miss Kay Faraday. The young lady in bandages over there. Although, she's not wearing her usual attire.
That's not the only places to remember if you don't tip is your local pizza place, if you're a regular, because most times they'll call a bunch. If you call a bunch, they'll match the number to the address, and you better bet your ass everybody knows if you don't tip. Yeah, that's true. I especially, actually, like, again, unless I'm really pressured, but I especially don't tip, you know, pizza delivery guys. Because they really don't help the, like, I'm, as far as I heard, I never heard of a case of, like, delivery guys splitting it with, like, the pizza making guys. And those are really the guys who deserve it. Those are really the guys who do all the fucking work. I mean, driving around on a fucking scooter, that's fucking bullshit, man. That's barely fucking work. And you're supposed to get extra for that? Fuck that, man. I'll give someone extra for making me a really good pizza. Or, like, you know, filling a special requirement that I asked for. But not for, like, you know, a guy on a fucking scooter who drives around and smokes joints all day. They used at least delivery guys pay for gas out of pocket. Oh, okay. Well, over here, it's not the case. I don't think so, at least. Since the vehicles belong to the company, I think that they also do that. Actually, I don't know, since I never worked as a delivery guy. But as far as I know, they don't pay gas out of their pockets. But again, see, that kind of thing, that's the type of thing that you could also unionize as long as... That you can unionize along with, like, wait staff. Dishwashers, delivery guys, pizza makers, like basically anybody either needing of tips or anybody in the food or service industry or food service industry that, you know, don't get their dues. Like, there are a lot of people who want that, and a lot of people who would benefit from that. And again, especially if waiting becomes like a career thing and becomes like a respectable profession, which it should be, really. Like, it should be, I think that waiting should be thought of as, being a waiter should be thought of as, like, being the guy responsible of the visitor's experience. Nobody's gonna unionize at the tiny 7-staff local family-owned pizza place. Again, like, I don't know, I'm talking from, like, you know, the perspective of a tiny-ass country that's, like, you know, smaller than your smallest state. So everything is much more concentrated here, so that's in my mind. Like, you guys are just huge. And I admit that I can't, like, I just can't fathom that type of scale. With the nephew as the delivery driver. Yeah, I understand that's different. But again, like, if you're family, then you can usually, like, when it's a family business, then you can also, like, kind of break, you know, union rules or whatever, and it's cool because your nephew won't report you or anything, so it's cool. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I get that it's probably a much bigger problem in the US, but I still think that that's a solution. I still think that tipping is a problem, and I still think that unionizing is probably, in some way or other, even if it's just like, you know, it's not an actual union, but just like, you know, a bunch of people get together and fund a lobbyist or something to promote their needs in the, like, worker rights in Congress. That's enough, really. Like, that can be the start of it. But you need some sort of union. They don't have to call themselves a union or be registered, but they have to be, like, you know, a group of like-minded individuals, as they say, to pull in and pay off a lobbyist, to pay off some congressman or woman, or Apache attack helicopter. Okay, sorry, I had to drink. A lot more talking than usual in my stream, but that's fun. I like it, actually.
Are you not Miss Kay Faraday?
What would you do if she is Kay? If you're going to arrest her, then I will resist by any means necessary. That, I guarantee you.
Smash!
Also, hi, Backcountry. Yeah, sorry, I was kind of skipping over that wall of text. But it's good to see you, buddy. It's been a long, long time. It's great to see you, man.
am now convinced. The doubts surrounding your suitability as a prosecutor were indeed warranted. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You can go. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
And ignore it? No, I'm not ignoring it. I just don't want to embarrass you on stream, that's it. We're gonna have a heart-to-heart later, Backcountry, about your DBZ characters, don't worry. I just didn't want to make it, like, you know, too public and broadcast it to the entirety of Twitch. So I just chose to acknowledge it at a later time, when it's more sensitive to your needs.
What are you saying, Kay? You can't just go along with him, pal.
But I don't remember anything. What if I really did kill that woman and then forgot about it? If that's true. Acknowledgement is the goddess's mercy. Atonement is her will. The goddess of law will surely praise you for your prudence.
Sebastian and Judge Courtney, if you believe she is the culprit, on what basis do you make your accusations? Unless I'm completely convinced by your explanation, I will not obey your orders.
Fine, have it your way. Now, sit tight and listen to the perfect reasoning of the best.
Oh, nice, yeah. Palma said that he's got like a 5-day weekend now or something because you guys got some holidays over there, right? Some work to do and also time. Nice. Sounds like a good deal, Bats. Good chill, be productive, but also relax and play games. That's awesome. It's great that you got that balance. Yes, the best is a he. Oh, nice. Sweet, that field win. Nice, man. Yeah, I hope you use that well. Hope you enjoy it.
I am the best in the world. No one else can do what I do. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit. She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something.
Yeah, I bet there's like Rule 34 of him fucking food Justine or something. That would not surprise me.
In other words, she's the only one who could have killed Miss Crane.
Oh, okay, so no reasons whatsoever.
This logic's as awful as ever, sir.
Harsh words coming from you, detective. I asked for some basis to your claims, yet your reasoning has told me absolutely nothing. However, we have no evidence to prove that she didn't do it either. I like that Francisca's a bit softer because of what we've been through together in the first game.
Don't worry, Kay. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth will pull off a miracle.
You think my deductions are some kind of miracle work? You'd better not disappoint me. Understand, Miles Edgeworth? Because if you do, this whip of mine won't stay silent. Rebuttal. Okay, so I guess we start pressing shit and see if anything, like, you know, pops up. Hold it! Already, I've noticed 2 contradictions in your testimony.
My reasoning is flawless. It doesn't contain even a single contradiction.
The number of contradictions has just increased to 3.
Oh, I get it. This is all a part of your plan to mislead me, isn't it? Well, too bad. Because the best will not be led astray.
So I was first to realize that Kay Faraday is a culprit. Hold it! If you believe Kay is the culprit, then I would like to hear the basis for your reasoning. How old is the best? Let's see. Why is the FBI at your door? He's 17. I don't know, in some countries that's legal, I think. Imagine holding it. Oh man. That would be amazing, I think. Yeah, so close. Though in some countries, like the legal age is 16. Over here, it's legal at 16. Like you're not an adult yet, but you're like, I don't know what to call it. Like it's legal to fuck you or whatever. I may be going to jail soon, brothers. Pray for me. Hashtag pray for bats. I think you do pretty well in jail though, backcountry, so you don't need to worry. Pum is a boxer, he'll teach you how to fight. You just get in there, punch out the biggest guy in the courtyard, and that's it, you own the prison. A fuckable child is the... Oh, thank you. Okay.
If you believe Kay is the culprit, then I would like to hear the basis for your reasoning.
Wahaha. Just sit back and be in awe of my brilliant deductions. Nothing escapes the watchful eye of the best.
And then smell my hand. Oh! That's even better, actually. Because that's like psychological and emotional damage. You can't see the scars, but it takes them longer to heal. Good, like, yeah. Good job, Bats. Yeah, you know how you'll be fine in jail.
Before I had even laid eyes on the crime scene. No, before I was even aware of this case. Yes, I knew that she was the culprit. Yo!
Basis of your reasoning.
Yes, ma'am. Well...
She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something.
Hold it!
To steal something? Steal what, exactly? He's probably gonna say the notebook.
That's, what Kay Faraday tried to steal was a file. Its contents, to be exact, an investigation report regarding Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Oh shit.
Do you have any evidence to prove she needed something like that?
Overruled. I am not the one who needs to present evidence.
Actually, yes you are.
Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
Yes. I suppose that may be true. I don't understand that. Why doesn't the prosecution need to provide evidence to their claims?
Was?
At any rate, Sebastian, please continue your reasoning. Okay, so I need either something that proves that she didn't need the file, or something else, or something in here.
Hold it!
Do you have any evidence to prove that no one else but Kay could have committed the crime?
Nope.
Sebastian, let me tell you what would be the best thing for you to do. Look into any other possible suspects besides Kay. Right now. Post haste.
The best thing for me to do? Look into any other possible suspects. Overruled. According to the preliminary reports, there was no traces of anyone else besides her.
Even so, isn't it too premature to declare that she is the culprit?
Declaring that she isn't so early into the investigation is a little premature as well, is it not?
If only I had evidence that could prove Kay's innocence. Good grief. There's a limit to how much you can falsely accuse someone.
It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have to.
Fear not, Kay. The truth will be revealed soon enough.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Kay couldn't have murdered Miss Crane. If I can just prove that, she will be cleared of suspicion. Okay. So let's go over our evidence and see what might be useful. We got the Yatagarasu's badge, a Gem and Ninja mask, a letter, which is definitely relevant, but I think not yet. Only when we will discuss the Promise Notebook. Ticket stub. Oh, there we go. 7:28. And at what time did? I don't know if it actually like helps our claim or not, because it says that she entered the viewing platform at 7:28, but we don't. But it also means that she was like one floor above the crime scene. So they might use that. But okay, let's tag that as a maybe. We got the purple flower, which also doesn't help our case. Grand Tower pamphlet doesn't really help us. Kay's memories. Walked towards her from behind the stand and pushed her off the roof. Candle bra, thought to be the murder weapon, matches the victim's chest wounds. Anything special about it? The bottom, maybe?
This is a rare shape for a pedestal. The spot where it was put on still has this mark. It will become apparent whether or not it had been placed there.
Okay, so I guess we gotta look for that mark later on. What about these prongs at the end?
The prongs of the candelabra are covered in blood, and the shape even matches up with the victim's wounds. Is this a murder weapon of the case?
Okay, I guess that's everything we can get. We got the key card, was in the victim's possession. Autopsy report, post-mortem. Discovered in the PSC meeting room, the estimated time of death is somewhere between late last night and midnight. The cause of death was stab wound to the left chest with a candelabra. Head wound was post-mortem. Oh, we got a photo too. And that's it. Oh, because I'm thinking the ticket stub right now. I think that's like the... Either that or the key card. They're both not perfect, but they might be enough. Okay, these don't mean anything. She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. Okay, well, I'm not sure if it's this statement or the other. She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. So I guess it's this. She's the only one who could have... Oh, no, we need to prove that it could have been someone else. Well, anyone with the key card, surely. Let me try this. I'm gonna give it a shot. It's kind of a long shot, but it is one of the newer pieces of evidence too, so... Objection!
Mr. DeBest, what do you think about this piece of evidence?
Why are you asking for my opinion?
Don't you see? This evidence contradicts your testimony.
What?
Overruled. I don't believe this evidence has that kind of meaning.
Huh? Is that right?
Was Judge Courtney here?
Also, you don't need to yell objection so loudly. Just showing the evidence will suffice.
You don't need to tell me that.
Okay. So it's not that. I'm just gonna try shit, I guess? I don't know. If anyone has an idea, hit me up, but... I guess I'm gonna try the letter? Oh, sorry, the ticket stub I meant. Objection! No. No, it's the same dialogue too. Okay, so that's not it. There are points where I'm really not sure about this game's logic. Like I usually just like think too far ahead. I need to break it down. The best in the world. That's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is a culprit. That like I don't wanna tackle that. She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. Maybe over here I can use the key card because of the whole breaking into thing. I don't know. Objection!
It certainly sounds like you are quite familiar with this room.
The best man for the job should know all about the best places.
Unfortunately, it seems that you are not the best man for the job.
Are you mocking me?
That's for you to decide. You didn't even know about this key card, did you?
Of course I knew about that. You needed to enter the room. Huh? Was it really needed?
Hey guest, how you doing, man? Do we know you?
This foolish fool simply doesn't know when to give up.
SP changes every fucking day, now it's great. In that case... Oh. Thank you, Nex. Do you really hear the difference? Let me know if it doesn't sound good, because, you know, I'm still figuring shit out. But thanks. Also, nice new avatar, buddy. I guess 'tis the season already.
Yow!
Crystal clear. Oh, awesome. Perfect. Thanks, man. Sebastian, do you really suspect Kay?
That's right. She's the only one who could have done it.
Well then, allow me to ask you. The more Grinch you become. Yeah, I can see that happening, actually. Since this room can only be entered by using a key card, how did she enter the room without one?
Yeah, well, she probably used this and that, and...
Really? 8 Christmas? Why is that? Because of what a big deal it is, or like the family stuff? Oh, did you pull a muscle? Allow me to explain then. The door could only be opened by members of the PIC, which means...
Smash.
Yes, that's correct.
She conceded so easily?
Take a look at this. It's a record of this room that I investigated just a while ago.
Interesting. Oh, there's an ID. At 10:15 p.m. And and yeah, that's like still the middle of the night.
At 12:52 a.m., the door was opened using Miss Crane's keycard.
It's gay to like girls. I mean, most girls like boys, so that makes them gay. It's a corporate chill holiday, and every year there's drama over people getting something, and list one thing. Then I list one thing I want, and they say, lol, no. Ah, that sucks. To not even bother. Fair enough, man. Yeah, I hear you on that, definitely. Also, yeah, Maury, if you like girls, you're 100% gay. Keycard records. Okay, that's actually important. But we don't know the username. Why is that?
It's probable that the killer entered the room together with the victim, Miss Crane. After entering, the situation must have soured, leading to the murder.
Your logic holds, but it is still merely conjecture. What's the new mic? What's it called? Sim helped me pick it out. It's the not an Antlion. It's a V-Moda mic. V-Moda Gaming. V-Moda Crossfade M100, I think, if I remember right. I could double check for you later, though, if you want to buy it. Every time you kiss a girl, you're kissing all the boys she kissed. Exactly. Sure thing, man. I'll link you up. It would imply that the killer and the victim were acquainted.
No way, pal. Kay doesn't even know the victim.
Hold on, something's weird here. Yeah, the FPS dropped for some reason. Oh, I accidentally lowered the FPS when I was searching for the mic. Okay, there we go.
That is merely an assumption on your part, unless you have any evidence to prove your claim. Evidence is everything, in court and at the crime scene. Without it, your argument is invalid.
In that case, I trust that you have evidence to prove that Kay Faraday and the victim were connected.
Of course.
Actually, we have that evidence too.
What?
This letter was discovered by Dr. Young in Miss Crane's breast pocket.
The victim's belongings? Why did you withhold such vital evidence until now? Could it be she was waiting for the perfect time to reveal it? Come to think of it,
And the Candlebrought dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night.
Smash.
What is it, Justine?
While I do appreciate your enthusiasm, perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle. I'll read it for you. To Miss Crane, thank you so much for helping with my plan. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing two birds with one stone.
This isn't how court works in America. Yeah, this game takes place in like a weird, in an alternative Los Angeles or something, where laws are like half the laws are from Japan, half are from the U.S. She would have been in huge trouble for withholding evidence. Sorta. Like, he's not the... Like, we're not acting on any official capacity here, and she is, so I don't know. If any, like, she could... Technically, since we're not appointed prosecutors, and the best is, they could just tell us to, like, fuck off, and we would have to do that. Thankfully, they've not done that yet. Yeah, San Fran, Tokyo, exactly. Something like that. They have a name for it, apparently. Like, one of the Twitch boys told me it once, but I keep forgetting.
Please get revenge for 12 years ago. Kay. In other words, Kay Faraday and Miss Crane were accomplices. They probably planned to steal something from this room.
preposterous!
Wait! That means the main culprit is...
It's still Kay Faraday, of course. It just means her crimes have increased by yet one more.
Victim's letter. Yeah, we have a corresponding letter from her.
I'm the main culprit?
Don't believe her, Kay. It's all a bunch of nonsense. There's no way Kay would do something like that.
Nonsense? Not at all. The evidence speaks for itself. Wouldn't you agree?
I knew that they wouldn't suspect Kay unless they had some sort of proof, but... to think they would actually have such decisive evidence.
Nicely done, Justine.
Thank you very much.
Hold it! Your explanation is still insufficient. I cannot accept such an argument.
Sebastian, would you please leave this to me?
Alright. Make sure you shut Mr. Edgeworth up once and for all.
I can't allow their allegations to gain any more momentum. I must turn it around here.
The relationship between Kay Faraday and Miss Crane is as documented in this letter. She roped Miss Crane into assisting her with her plan. However, for some reason, their partnership broke down. Miss Crane was murdered, but with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Her parting gift is this letter, which she tucked safely away in her left breast pocket.
Her testimony's even better than ever. Maybe the most perfect it's ever been, sir. Are you gonna be alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course.
How unsightly, Miles Edgeworth. Save your stoic act for some other time.
Miss Von Karma, just whose side are you on?
I'm on nobody's sides, Coffee. When searching for the truth, it's best not to take sides. Would you say they're, cocklegangers? Like doppelgangers, but whatever, I give up.
Watch what you say, Miss Von Karma, or else Mr. DeBest is gonna...
Best, you say? Well, I can tell you that the side I'm on is always a yeah.
How irritating. Well, I suppose that's one thing we can agree on. Okay, time for our rebuttal. Of course, we'll start by pressing everything. Hold it! And just what kind of relationship did Kay have with the victim?
In the letter, she wrote, "Thank you so much for helping with my plan." Their relationship should be quite obvious. That's right.
Okay, that didn't give me much to work with. Hold it! I would like to hear about Kay's alleged plan in more detail.
Just as she wrote in the letter, she wanted to steal something.
What's more, the sender of the letter is Kay Faraday, so it's obvious who the main culprit is.
Actually, let me check something. Look, we have the corresponding letter that was in Kay's possession that came from Jill. First, I'll get it back for you, your most precious memory. So maybe I can use this to contradict their plan, that they weren't planning on stealing anything. Just like to get that notebook back. Plan God, we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I think that this... They don't say anything about stealing, just like get what they want. So Jill was probably involved in some case 12 years ago. And she also needed Kay's help for some reason. Objection! That letter could have easily been forged. It doesn't prove that she planned to steal anything.
Overruled. If memory serves me right, wasn't she a great thief?
She's, taking a break at the moment.
I doubt there is any thief who would inform a prosecutor about their upcoming crimes. Perhaps you simply returned to her trade without you knowing?
Maury, check again. I think you'll find that you might have some new birthmarks now that you're Dick Brothers with bats. I suppose I have no means of denying that possibility.
Kay Faraday planned the theft and Miss Crane got caught up in it.
For some reason the partnership broke down. Hold it! For some reason, you say? Oh, he doesn't have either. It seems your explanation isn't very clear.
I'm sure the reason will become clear upon further investigation. But more importantly, there is no evidence to prove that Kay Faraday did not commit this crime.
Objection! While there is some evidence to suggest that she committed a crime, none of it can truly be called decisive evidence.
Overruled. What about the letter that shows their complicity in the scene of the crime? I think it's fair to say we cannot decisively rule out the possibility that she committed the crime.
Was murdered, but with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Hold it! Do you have any evidence to prove that Kay was the murderer?
Haven't you been listening? We've been saying that this letter is the evidence.
Oh? And where in the letter does it say that she planned to murder the victim?
Huh? Well, that's... I've got it. It's a hidden message written in invisible ink that can only be read by heating it up.
Sebastian, I wouldn't get your hopes up with something like that. There is, of course, evidence that points to her as the criminal.
I don't understand why she's like nurturing so much of the best. Like she knows what kind of idiot she is. So why does she keep sticking with him and not like one of the other prosecutors? Parting gift is this letter, which is tucked away. Hold it! We searched the victim's left breast pocket as well, but...
You found nothing, I presume?
Naturally, the officer who found the letter immediately brought it to the best man on the scene.
The letter was safely tucked away in her left breast pocket, right above her heart. I believe this letter carries Miss Crane's will for the criminal to be arrested.
What happens if you piss inside a girl's Dude, she gets pregnant, don't you know that? You can never do that. She instantly gets pregnant. It depends on how much water you've been drinking earlier, but yeah, you should never ever do that. That's why you wear a condom. I have no interest in your beliefs. What I'm interested in is the truth. You said that the letter was in the left breast pocket of the victim, correct?
I swear by the goddess of law, there are no lies or mistakes in my statement. The letter was indeed discovered inside the victim's left breast pocket.
The victim had been stabbed in the left chest area where the letter was hidden. This may very well be an important clue. Oh, I see. I don't think that Kay wrote the letter. But unless I can draw out more information here, that thought means nothing. I should start by pressing her for more details. I already did that and pressed everything. So he's saying, okay, I think they're giving me, I thought it was actually like the letter proving that Kay, well, saying that Kay wasn't planning on stealing anything, just getting back her notebook. But according to what they say, because of the stab wounds to the left chest. So doesn't that mean that this letter should have been pierced through as well? I think I'm gonna have to try both of them. It seems like they were hinting at me to use the, like to talk about the holes in her left chest area. So I think it should be the autopsy report. I think that's the only one that matches the chest wounds. That's it. So I think that's it. Between Kay, Faraday, Miss Crane is as documented. Miss Crane was murdered. With her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Finding gift is this letter, which she tucked away safely in her left breast pocket. Let me check that. Okay, let's give it a shot. If not, I think it's Kay's letter that she had on her. Objection! Judge Courtney, there's a contradiction in your testimony.
I cannot authorize the statement.
And why not?
Because it's obvious you're bluffing.
Is that the impression I give off? Next time for sure, I will present evidence that will silence her for good. Okay, so I guess that wasn't it. I'm gonna try my idea. Is as documented in this letter. I'm thinking, I don't know. Assisting her with her plan. Well, she says steal, but I don't think that she actually... They were planning on stealing just to get that notebook back. The most precious memory. Pregnant, or is the baby if you piss inside her ragu? No, she gets pregnant, but it's like faster than if you come in her. Again, it all depends on, like, you know, the amount of liquid that you deposit in her. Like, as soon as you pull your dick out, a baby comes out too. No, it's not like that. except in extreme cases. Sometimes you might, like if you feel like a gentle tugging on your dick, that might be your unborn son giving you a hand job inside his mother. That's possible. That's been documented before. Usually, though, that's not the case. Usually, they still take like a couple of, like, you know, several days, 2 weeks, depending on how much you pissed. But it's gross, but it's science. It's the miracle of birth, you know. Okay, let me try this. Objection! Judge Courtney, there's a contradiction in your testimony.
I cannot authorize this statement.
Then why not? It's obvious we're both shit. Okay. Okay, so I'm almost at half health. This is not good. I'm not sure what to do. What did he say exactly? Okay, with the letter, but unless I can draw out more information here, the thought means nothing. Start by pressing her for more details. But I did that. I pressed everything, didn't I? I'm positive I pressed everything. Okay, let me think about this again. I need something to either contradict their relationship. They were working together, but they definitely were. Like, we have Kay's letter too. She wrote Miss Crane. We can't disprove that. Like, who contacted whom first. However, for some reason, the partnership broke down. Let me go over this again. Quickly. For some reason, it'll become clear upon further investigation. Nope. Okay, nothing that she didn't. Okay. The letter that shows their complicity in the scene of the crime. I think it's fair to say we cannot decisively rule out that she committed the crime. Fair enough. But with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Do they think? Maybe. Let me press again here. Hold it! Evidence to prove that she was a murderer. Haven't you been listening? We're in the letter. I'm actually not sure right now at all. Let's see. I need to either prove that it was K, either disprove that it was K. The candlestick? I don't know, the candle bra? I don't know, don't they have like, why didn't they dust this for Prince? They could have, this could have really helped us. Autopsy report. Hands. Maybe it's this? I mean, the fact that she got hit in her head post-mortem definitely means something. Also, the body was moved. Miss Crane, thank you so much for helping with my plan. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. Okay. Well, that's like not a lot to go on. Promise not to get back for you your most precious memory. It sounds like maybe this letter came first, but I'm not positive right now. Address to the victim. Thought to be written by K. A pregnant baby. Oh. Yeah, Bats is like a better authority than me on that kind of stuff. But they're usually down like 5 minutes. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, if anyone has any like guesses or ideas, hit me up right now because I'm pretty clueless. Dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Kind of worried of trying shit now. Left breast pocket. That's still weird. Like if she, like if it was in her breast pocket, why didn't it like, you know, get pierced? But that did not work. We tried two things and both of them did not work. She managed to retaliate. I'm gonna try maybe presenting the head wound here, but I'm really not sure. Objection! No, that's not it. Oh, hey, Mario came on. Wow. Long time no see. Great to have you back, buddy. Yeah, this game is great so far. It's definitely more difficult than the other ones I've played, though. Okay, so same thing. That did not work. I'm not sure. She was murdered, but with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. How? By placing the letter there? That's what she's saying, but their partnership broke down. When was the last? Oh, I don't remember, man. Like, I remember you, but I'm not sure when's the last time you were around. I think like a couple of months, easily. It's definitely good to have you here, though. I just remember your name. Okay. So again, we got the candle bra. When the candle bra, maybe? I don't know. With like, she's talking about the breast pocket, maybe the candle bra, because it would have torn through it. Let me try this. Objection! Nope, not either. Okay, I'm getting really close to like running out of health. I'm not even sure. That's the problem. I'm not even sure even which statement I need to attack. Ship between K. Faraday and Miss Green as documenting the letter. Let me try this again. Let's go over these again. I've been here for this game? I don't think so. Mario came on. Maybe for like the last one in the series, if you're a fan of Last Attorney games. I streamed like the first Miles Edgeworth game a couple months ago. Maybe for that. I've also done some other visual novels, so maybe for those. I'm not sure, man. You can go over like my, I got a list of games I completed, so you can look over there and maybe that'll refresh some memories. The first, yeah, Ace Attorney Investigations. What was the relationship? She wrote, thank you for part of my plan. The relationship should be obvious, that's right. Yeah, that sucks, man. If you want, feel free to follow me on Twitch or Steam or Twitter. Because those are the three platforms where I send off notifications when I start to stream, and that way you don't miss it. So feel free to do that. Otherwise, you can also, like, I upload all of my broadcasts to YouTube, so if you feel like it, you can also check them out there. She wrote Miss Crane to assist in her plan. We already presented the letter here, and it didn't help. What's the Twitter? There's a link on my Twitch page, but I think it's just like at an anomaly, like my username. Could probably just copy paste it. For some reason, their partnership broke down. Just murdered by the plans. She managed to retaliate. And what's the newest piece of evidence I have? Well, this letter, really. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. I don't see how this can be a piece of evidence. Neither can this, really. 10:15. Well, that person could certainly have stayed in here. I'm not sure. Wait. Oh no, he's. Still not sure. That's them. So she's saying that Kay came in with her and then killed her. What about the purple flower? Can we use that in here? Does it prove anything? That she was... that it was grabbed by Kay for some reason? That doesn't disprove that she murdered her, though. I don't think so. Parting gift is this letter, which she tucked away before she in her left breast pocket. I think I just gotta try to be more ballsy and try shit. The corsage was in her right breast pocket, right? Yeah. Go for it, Mario. Feel free, my man. So you got this. What do you think of the game so far? I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I love the series. I love the games. I love the characters. It's been a lot of fun. It feels like it definitely also has more content than the first game, which is a lot of fun too. So yeah, great game. Like I'll have my final opinion when I finish it, and I'll see what the overarching story is, because I still don't know. But so far, so good. Gotta say, really enjoying it. What do you think of the best? I think he's a little turd and a little shit, but it's fun to like prove him wrong. So I don't hate him completely. Like, he's an annoying little shit, but it's so much fun to like just bring him down and humiliate him. So that part I kind of like. Dr. Bonnie Young. Edgeworth was postmortem burn mark. None of those really helped me. What if I present, I don't know, it's dumb, but I'm thinking, what if I present the letter here, since a lot of times, like, the last evidence we've received is the piece of evidence we need to present, but I'm really not sure here. Objection! Yeah, that was wrong. Shit, I'm definitely losing my touch. How cool was it? Oh, it was great. That was a great case. That was really good. The jumping back and forth in time. That was a lot of fun. And it was really great. Like, it really made me wish that there were more segments in the games where we would, like, you know, even for part of a case, just play as someone else. It could be a lot of fun, I think. Same way as I'm enjoying, like, playing from Miles Edgeworth's point of view instead of Phoenix's. So yeah, that was great. Definitely one of the highlights. Tucked away safely in her left breast pocket. Greg was a great guy, and it was really interesting. It was kind of sad to see how much of a positive and nice guy he was, and Edgy and Miles, I mean, is just like a bit more reserved, and that's obviously because he didn't have his dad with him when he grew up, but instead had Von Karma. So it was like great character development and great background, and it was really touching too, to be honest. Really a nice character. It sucks. It's like that he died, but I was thinking maybe they could do, like, you know, an old school game or something with Gregory and Kay's dad, and I don't know, something like that, and Detective Bad, just like the old days. That would be pretty great, I think. Still not done trying? No, I haven't. I thought I did, actually, coming into this game, but I remember I asked someone before I played what's it called? Before I played Ace Attorney Investigations, the first one, I asked who recommended this, the person who recommended this if it has any spoilers, and they told me that it doesn't. And it really doesn't. Like, I know there are a couple of Easter eggs that I'm missing here, but there haven't been any spoilers so far. What did I skip? Just because I played the first two a couple of years ago. I was streaming them like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago even. And then I took like a couple of years off streaming, and when I came back about a year and a half ago, that's just the game that someone requested from me. Like, they just straight up requested that. And asked them if there's any spoilers to Trials and Tribulations, because I was still planning to do that at some point, and they said no, so I went for it. So I didn't mean to skip it, but I just like was fulfilling requests. And I'll definitely get back to it, because like I said, I absolutely love the series, and I want to do Apollo justice too. And the crossover games, like with Professor Layton. But again, I'm stuck on this question for like, I don't know how long. And I feel like I really want to finish this and get past this before the stream is over, which is pretty soon. Partnership broke down. She broke Mrs. Crane to assisting her with her plan. Maybe I should present the letter here. Yeah, that's what they've been hinting at too. I've been thinking about it too. Like, what I think, I just don't know how to prove it. Like, what I think is this. See, the victim was stabbed in the heart with the candle bra that's next to her legs. It's obvious, like it's undoubtable that was the cause of death. So if it was in her left breast pocket, the letter should have been pierced. And that doesn't add up, but I'm not sure how to present that right now. Like, I tried presenting, maybe I need to present the candle bra. I tried presenting like the autopsy report that said that she had stab wounds to the left chest. But maybe it's the candle bra actually. I don't know. I just don't know at this point. Objection! No, I'm having a lot of troubles with this game sometimes with like logic. Either I'm like thinking too far ahead, or I'm just like missing the game's logic. Like, we have the same idea in mind or the same end goal, but I just can't figure out exactly what they want me to present and where. My letter theory? Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't know how to present it. The detailed in the letter? I think I already did that. Already showed this letter there, didn't I? Maybe not. Let's save state just in case, because I got 2 pieces of health left, and I don't want to restart this case from the beginning. Objection! Nope. Neither. I'm absolutely clueless here. So that didn't work. I'm gonna save state again, like I said, just because I don't want to restart the case from the beginning. I think that would be the other letter over here, but that's the letter she's referring. Like, she's referring to this letter. That's the one we found on the victim. And the one we found on Kay, which makes it sound like they weren't planning on stealing anything, just like she was gonna help her get something back. Or at least not the file. Wait, is it here that she says? Try it? Okay. I trust you, Mario. Let's see. Objection! No, not either. Let me just make sure we're actually getting game over on this. To come this far, only to lose the truth. But it seems there's nothing I can do now. Thus, the truth was lost for all eternity. Oh well. And we can continue just from the start, right? Oh, from save point 2. Well, whatever. In that case, it doesn't really matter either, since I saved right here. Okay, so again, Rob turned to assisting her with her plan. For some reason, their partnership broke down. Miss Crane was murdered, but with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Her parting gift is this letter, which she tucked away in her left breast pocket. And they're definitely referring to her left breast pocket here. Like, it sounds like that's a big issue, but I can't figure out exactly. We searched it, but we found nothing. We already read all of this. In her left breast pocket, right above her heart. Please, this letter carries Miss Crane's will for the criminal to be arrested. No interest in your beliefs. What I'm interested in is the truth. Said that the letter was in the left breast pocket. Yeah, see, like, it sounds like this is a real big issue, but isn't the autopsy on the 5th thing? There are no lies or statements. I think I already did that. This may very well be an important clue. I know, but what do I... Okay, which one is the 5th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I already did this, but let me make sure. If this is gonna work, I'm gonna be, like, pissed, because I... Objection! Oh my fucking god! That was the first thing I did! I swear to god! That was literally the first thing I did. Unbelievable. Okay, we got a minute. Let's like take advantage of that. The victim held on to the truth until her dying breath. A truly touching story indeed. Thanks, by the way, Mario. I probably would have never tried that again. I guess I didn't actually do it, and I only intended to do it and forgot about it. And got carried away. So, thanks, man.
The voices of the dead are soft. One must listen carefully to hear their dying wishes. And Miss Crane has spoken. Kay Faraday is the culprit.
Perhaps the voices you have been hearing are actually the whispers of the devil.
Hey, don't make fun of Justine.
Let's listen to the voice of reason. Judge Courtney, please take a look at the autopsy report.
There is no need. I remember it perfectly. The victim was stabbed in the left breast. No, it can't be.
The letter was found in the victim's left breast pocket.
And that's where the victim was stabbed with a candelabra, right, sir?
Precisely. It wouldn't have been possible to stab her there without piercing the letter as well. So, that begs the question, why was the letter found in the victim's pocket? It's simple. It was placed there after the victim was murdered to throw suspicion onto Kay. Somebody intentionally wanted to create this very situation. In other words, there exists the possibility that the letter was forged by the true culprit.
No!
The real murderer tried to pin the crime on Kay. That is the only explanation for the letter.
And in doing so, the murderer ended up digging their own grave, right, sir?
Objection. The culprit is Kay Faraday. The letter was... yeah, it was actually found in the victim's other pocket.
Huh? What are you saying, pal?
The officer's report was wrong when he said the letter was in her left pocket. It's actually in the...
Ouch!
Also, I love the dynamic between Francisca and the Best. I love that there's finally someone who actually puts him in place.
A foolish fool who continues to make a fool of himself. Is there no cure for your foolishness?
Why do you keep whipping me? And quit calling me a fool.
Yeah!
I saved you the trouble of punishing him yourself.
Indeed, though I had no intention of punishing him. The letter is stained with blood, no doubt because it was found in the left breast pocket. There couldn't have been an error in the officer's report, unless you were the investigator.
Say something, Justine.
I see you have no objections. Then allow me to continue. There's one more potential suspect in this case.
Don't be ridiculous. The killer entered this very room. It wasn't anyone else who did that besides Kay Faraday and the victim.
Actually, who found the victim? We don't even know that. The person might have stayed here the entire night. Or something, and then like claimed to have found her or something. To enter the meeting room, one needs a key card. And their reasoning assumes that the murderer and the victim entered the room together. This is what we overlooked. If we just discard that assumption, then... This evidence reveals the other suspect besides Kay. I'm gonna save state just in case. But I'm actually positive that it's the key card record I'm in. Sequence says that there was someone 2 hours, almost 3 hours before Jill Crane, before the time when Jill Crane entered. So that person could have easily waited for like 2.5 hours and then stabbed her. Take that! This is the keycard record Judge Courtney handed me earlier. The victim's keycard was used at 12:52 a.m. And there was one more person who also used a keycard. So you're saying that this person was waiting to ambush the victim inside the meeting room. The keycard was used at 10:15 p.m. I wouldn't say it's impossible.
Smash. No, it's impossible.
And what makes you say that, pal? You got any proof?
Of course I do. I myself am that proof. I was the one who used that keycard after all.
Oh, is that so? Why isn't her name written then?
Is there something strange about a PIC member entering the PIC meeting room?
Oh, I really want her to be the culprit. That would be so much fun. That proves nothing. The fact that you were in here at all makes you a suspect. But do you perhaps have any evidence that you didn't kill your colleague?
Overruled. Such nonsense. What would I gain by murdering her?
Objection! Allow me to reiterate what you said earlier. I'm sure it will all become clear upon further investigation.
Overruled. Why would I, a faithful servant of the law, commit a crime? True enough, I entered this room. However, that alone is not reason enough to suspect me of a crime.
If that's the case, please tell me why you entered this room.
I had some business to take care of, and some preparations had to be made.
Preparations? That sounds pretty suspicious, pal.
Smash! Unfortunately, I cannot disclose what these preparations were. However, I'm sure you could hazard a guess, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
So she was preparing for my hearing. She must have gathered all the necessary materials to take away my prosecutor's badge. Wonderful, wonderful. Who is this? It's good to see young people go head-to-head so ruthlessly. I don't know who that is. And actually, since we got a nice little cliffhanger here, I think that's the best point in which I can stop the stream. So we're all going to be tense to see what's going to happen later. I'm going to save state right here. So thank you everybody for watching. I've actually went a little over my time limit. I should have finished 8 minutes ago, but that's fine. Yeah, I know, man. I know you just got here. That's why I wanted to keep going for like a couple extra minutes, but I gotta get to sleep, man. I gotta work in the morning, unfortunately. So I'm sorry I can't keep going, but I will be back. Not tomorrow, since I said this earlier, but I got a really like hardcore work week this week. But I will be back on Thursday, that's for sure. You can check my schedule. There's a North American and a European version that you can use and see, but it's going to be about the same time as today. And of course, as I said, if anyone else is new here, feel free to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, or Steam to watch my, to get notifications when I start. And feel free to follow me on Twitch and YouTube to watch my past broadcasts. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you everybody for watching. I had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed at least as much as I did. I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, and Marco.